Hello and welcome back to Own Guard Solutions. Today in this video I hope to continue our series with knives, and this is not the last one that we do for another 6 months. But today is special because it's a 2-for-1 and you're soon going to see why. But I wanted to bring out my Silverline Knife Designs Mongoose. This is certainly one of my favorite blades still to this day. I've had it now for quite a few years. It is number M038. That means it was the 38th Mongoose that Nathan over there at Silverline made, and I was lucky enough to get my hands on it. I was cheap with this one when I got it. I think I know he had one with G10 handles on it that were a little bit more than this one, but I opted for the jute wrap that's epoxy down, and I did not, and I'm not sorry for it. I actually like this grip a lot. G10's nice, but the jute wrap with enough epoxy on it is super grippy. That thing's not going anywhere. I love this blade. And if you didn't know, which you probably didn't, but Nathan and I did a podcast together a few years back and talked about the use of knives in self-defense. And I have to say on that note, me personally, and of course you can use knives however you want to, whenever you want to, but me personally, I think that this is not meant as an everyday utility knife by any stretch of the imagination. While it would have no problem dispatching tape on those packages you have delivered every so often, or anything else around the house you may want to cut with it, this is truly a purpose-designed knife. In fact, ever since 2017, when Nathan first started making this knife, this Mongoose, not this Mongoose, but the Mongoose knife as a whole is the official knife of the Piper knife system. And I think that's great, and kudos to Nathan to making that happen with these knives. This is his. I'll get to talking about the blade now. When I got this blade, it was plenty sharp, but I don't know if I did myself any favors or not, but I wound up deciding to strob this blade. And let me tell you, this blade is made out of ABL, A-E-B-L. And when I strob this thing on some leather, I think it's safe to say it is literally scalpel sharp. I'm more than certain I could shave with this thing if I wanted to. I cut my wrist flicking it around accidentally, and I didn't even know I'd cut myself until I saw blood running down my forearm. And luckily it was not a serious cut, but it was enough to get some blood going. This knife is seriously sharp, and it might quite honestly be my sharpest knife in my collection. But at any rate, the Mongoose is 7.5 inches long, which seems to be a thing for these, I'll say, self-defense fighting style knives. It just does. The cutting surface is right at 3 inches long. This blade, as you'll see here in a minute, does not have the swedge on it, but I would contend with you that it does not need it. 7.5 inches long, 3-inch cutting blade, ABL steel, jute wrap, epoxy impregnated wrap for the grip. I mean, this thing's not going anywhere, and it feels great in the hand. And whoever was unfortunate enough, the tape that would be unfortunate enough to be on the receiving end of this thing would be into some serious trouble. So one of the things I want to point out, though, and I apologize for, is you may have noticed at the beginning when I was showing you the knife up close, is you can probably see a little bit of corrosion on it, maybe a spot or two of rust, and that's on me. I have not done a good job, and I do it with my others, but for whatever reason I haven't pulled this one out and scrubbed it up and kept it oiled up. So I will be doing that after this video, so I apologize for that. So moving right along, you remember I said at the beginning of the video this is sort of a 2-for-1. Well, it's not sort of. It is a 2-for-1 because I have not one Mongoose, I have two Mongoose. or is that Mongoose's or Mongoose eye? I'm not sure. But this is the later edition of Nathan's Mongoose. Again, equally as potent, I think. A few differences, so let's talk about this. So the difference between Nathan's original Mongoose and this one is, first of all, the steel. Whereas the original Mongooses were being done out of Able at a point, the newer Mongooses, or at least this one, is made out of CPM D2 steel. So it's kind of a tool still, but the difference between this and the Able, and this is Nathan's word, is that the CPM D2 is a little bit tougher overall. Aside from that, a solid choice. The newer Mongooses are more of a production knife. So this version of the Mongoose is now production. It's done in collaboration with Nathan. His collaborator kind of does the fit and finish, which is really nice on this blade. And then Nathan finishes with the grind, and it's just super nice. The one thing that I pointed out to you before is the original Mongoose does not have a swedge. The new production version does, which just makes stabbing those boxes that much easier. And this blade is approximately, I thought it was about 3/8 of an inch, but it's more like 1/4 of an inch. The new blade is about 7 3/4 inches long. So it's it's right at 1/4 of an inch longer than the original Mongoose. You can also see the blade width is a little bit narrower here at the bottom part of the blade than the original, but nonetheless, great. The logo looks like it's been lasered engraved this time. As compared to my first, and I don't know if you can see in this video or not, hopefully you can in the up-close shots in the beginning, this version is number 38. This is the 38th Mongoose Nathan ever made. This is M407. This is now the 407th Mongoose that Nathan and his collaborator is now helping him with. So I think that's great. Yes, I did have to have 2 of these Mongooses. They're just that awesome, in my opinion. I think the reason why I like them is because I know they're purpose-built, they're sharp as hell, and I just like the fit and finish. I like them because they're simple and straightforward, would be the best way to say it. In addition to the differences in tool and the fact that this one's production and has the swedge, I made sure to get one with the G10 handle. And this one's black. It has the textured grip, and I don't know which one I like more. There's something rugged and earthy and, again, simple about the epoxy impregnated jute. But I do love me some G10, and a lot of blades I know personally have G10 grips, and I do like this one a whole lot. So if you haven't checked out Silverline Knife Designs, I highly recommend Nathan and his company. He's doing a lot of good stuff. The Mongoose is not the only cool blade he's producing. Just great work, a cool guy. Check out our podcast. It'll be coming up here again soon on the use of knives in self-defense. So yeah, check out Nathan. I will say that Silverline Knife Designs, I do not believe has an official website, but he is all over the social media outlets, so go check him out. If you've liked this video today, and especially the Mongoose, be sure to like it down below, subscribe to our channel. We are actually going to be putting out some more of these quick reviews or knife overviews, as I guess I'm going to call them here, and we've got some other firearms related posts, and we've got a lot more planned. So subscribe to the channel, stay up to date. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.